and gentlemen, shareholders, I think there is one point on which we can all agree, which is that Benoît Potier is an extraordinary leader who has really turned this company into an exceptional company. Succeeding him at the helm is a very great honor. I am very happy and proud to take on this responsibility. I will devote all my energy and all my experience to the success of your group in order to pursue this wonderful collective story. As Benoît has explained, a new chapter is now opening up for us. It marks a break, but it also represents continuity, and this is reflected in our new strategic plan for 2025, which is the advanced plan presented on the 22nd of March. What are the salient points? There are 3 points. Always being ahead for the future, fully integrating sustainable development in our growth model, and acting in order to respond to the expectations of society. Now, we'll go back to this in greater detail, but first of all, let's look at a summary of this with a short film. As we've just seen, the specific feature of the advanced plan is that it very clearly combines financial performance and extra-financial performance. Both are complementary and self-reinforcing. There are 4 priorities for the targets of the advanced plan. First of all, financial performance. This is not only the precondition for our continued growth, but it also what enables us to invest and to establish the base for our future growth. There are 3 main indicators regarding our financial ambition. First of all, sales growth. This will accelerate to 5 to 6% on average until 2025. This is in excess of what we had during the previous plan, which was the NEOS plan. This acceleration reflects the many market opportunities on which we are extremely well positioned. Secondly, return on capital expenditure. Now, we have to grow, of course, but the growth has to be profitable. And our goal is to an ROCE in excess of 10% by 2023, in other words, 1 year early. Thirdly, and this is really what makes this plan very different from the previous plans, our goal is to grow while beginning to reduce our CO2 emissions in absolute value terms by 2025. Therefore, what we're talking about is combining all 3 goals, namely achieving profitable growth while reducing our carbon footprint. I emphasize that this growth will be driven by investment, which will reach a record level. Investment should be 16 billion euro over the period of the plan, which is up 45% on industrial investments compared to the previous phase. This is a very significant acceleration. And I would add that over half of our industrial investment decisions will be devoted to projects in the energy transition. Now, after the financial results and performance, I come to the second priority, which is decarbonating industry. This has become an absolute must in order to counter climate change. We've developed many solutions, technological solutions recognized by our clients, namely providing gas, decarbonated production of gas, transforming industrial processes for our clients, or capturing CO2 which comes from industry. Reducing these emissions has become a priority for all sectors of industry. It is also a very significant growth opportunity for us. The decarbonization market is approximately 10 times bigger than that of industrial gases. So you can see that this really is an exceptional source of growth. The third priority of our plan is to open up new markets by contributing progress through innovation. Now, as part of the advanced plan, we have identified 5 markets for the future. First of all, hydrogen mobility. Now, this is a topic that you know well. Hydrogen is a key solution for what is called heavy mobility, which accounts for 25% of CO2 emissions. I'm referring to buses, trains, lorries, and in the longer term, boats and planes. We're only at the very beginning of this. What is our goal? Our target is to treble our sales to reach 6 billion euros by 2035. The second market of the future is electronics. Now, digital technology, as we all know, has entered all aspects of our lives, and this trend is going to grow further, especially as the United States and Europe have decided to invest massively in this area in order to achieve strategic independence. We are the market leader in this high-growth sector, and therefore we're in an ideal position to accompany our clients with innovative solutions. The third market is healthcare, and in particular, home healthcare. The growth of chronic disease arising from aging is a major challenge. At present, looking after chronic illness already accounts for 70% of healthcare spending in the most advanced economies. And this is where digital technology can contribute its full potential. It enables customized support for the patient, which leads to improved quality in healthcare while controlling costs. With over 1.8 million patients at home, Air Liquide is a major player in the healthcare sector. The growth potential of our activities in this market is very, very significant, both in mature geographies and in emerging countries. Our fourth market for the future is the industrial merchant market, which accounts for 45% of the group's activity at present. There are very many opportunities in this market. Let's take 2 examples here. The first is manufacturing an electric car which requires 50% more industrial gas than a conventional car. The second example is digital technology. The accumulation of hundreds of millions of transaction data every year enables us to boost our offering in order to respond to the new needs of clients. We estimate the potential growth of this market at over 10 billion euros. And finally, a few words on high technology markets. I'm referring to deep cryogenics, quantum computers, and to the space sector. These are cutting-edge markets with very strong potential, and we have top-level experience and technical expertise. Let me give you an example. The space sector, for which there is renewed interest. We have been present in this sector for 50 years, and we will continue to play a very active role there, either by accompanying the launching of satellites or in space exploration. And now I come to the fourth and last priority of the advanced plan, which is acting for all. Acting for all means acting while taking into account the perspective of all of our stakeholders, clients, employees, shareholders, but society in the broad sense of the term. What does that mean specifically? Well, first of all, it means encouraging employees' commitment. And I place great importance on this because this is the very foundation of our long-term performance. Secondly, strengthening our client culture, which has to remain at the heart of our organization. Thirdly, of course, it means that we must continue to have a very close relationship with you, our shareholders, based on proximity, trust, and respect, and which, of course, rests on consistent, attractive remuneration in order to reward your loyalty. And finally, acting for all means continuing to act as a responsible company, a deeply citizen company which has the general interest at heart. Now, with this brief presentation of the advanced plan, you can see how our three priorities, decarbonization of industry, contributing to progress by opening up new markets, and acting for all, will sustain the financial performance of your group and also lend meaning to this financial performance and results. And this is what makes Advance an ambitious plan and the bearer of a very strong momentum. In concluding, I would like to dwell on an important point, and that is the time horizon for our action. Advance is a plan whose horizon is 2025, but the time horizon for Air Liquide, of course, goes well beyond that, and we're working on much longer-term scenarios. Our vision has always been a long-term vision. What is at stake is to continue to build together the Air Liquide of the future based on a growth model which is profitable, useful, and responds and meets society's needs. A growth model which is constantly adapting to a world which is changing more and more quickly, while remaining deeply loyal to the values of the group which make its strength. Ladies and gentlemen, dear shareholders, I will devote my full energy to the success of your group, and it's in this spirit that I will be presenting my candidacy as a director of the board. And to echo Benoit's words, together we are more than ever ready for the future.